Just by knowing that matter has mass and it occupies space, do we really come to know of anything about the matter? We don't know. We don't know why it has certain properties. We also don't know why it behaves in a certain fashion and how is it made of. Now, to understand that, we have to question ourselves that what possibly it can be made of. The scientists also did the same thing. Initially, they thought maybe it is like a plank of wood, a continuous thing, like a sheet of paper or a piece of cloth or maybe iron sheet, something continuous. But before we reach a conclusion, let me do a simple experiment. Actually, it is not even an experiment, it is a day-to-day life. Every day, when you want to have a cup of tea or milk to make it sweet, what do? You dissolve sugar in it, isn't it? Now, when you dissolve sugar in it, does the level of tea or milk or water that you were drinking increase? Does it spill over? You will say yes, one day it was full and when I stirred, it fell or it spilled over. That is not what I am talking of. Take precaution, do not fill it full and then add sugar, stir it and let it settle. Does it increase? It does not. Do you know a Parsi story? When the first Parsis came to India, the king asked them about them and they said, we will not increase anything. He actually got a glass of milk, dissolved some sugar and showed it to the king. The level has not increased and he only wanted to say, we will intermix so well that we will only sweeten the milk. Our taste will be felt, but we will not be seen. So, from this what do we understand? That actually matter is made of small particles. What are these small particles called? They are called molecules. So, one thing we have understood that matter is particulate, which means it is made up of small particles called molecules, right? Then another thing we just now discovered that the sugar does not increase the level of water. Where do these molecules disappear? In childhood, of course even now you are children, but when you were still younger, you must have played with marbles. Are they there still? I am sure some of you must have still collected them. Take them out, put them in a container. Now what you do is, you add some sand over it. What will happen? A little will get collected on top. You shake it a little, sand will settle down. Then again add some more sand and keep on repeating. Only after a little while, when all the spaces between the molecules has filled in, that sand will come on the top. So, where did the sand disappear? Between the marbles. That means there was space between the marbles. That is exactly what is the situation with molecules. There is space between the molecules. Now, how much space? In your class, you make rows of your sitting arrangement, isn't it? There is some space between two children. There is also a little more space between the rows, and sometimes when you are playing in the playground, there is much more space. Now, on what does this space depend upon? Why, say, some places they are closer to each other, while in others they are not? There has to be something. I will give you another example. You feel very friendly with one child, very, very close. Your bond of love and friendship is very strong. But in other cases, you are friendly but not so close. So, what is the basis of this? There has to be some attraction. Why two people become more friendly than others? Similarly, between the molecules also there is a force of attraction, and that is called intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular means between the molecules. So, when this force of attraction is strong, the molecules are held closely. When it is less, they are less close, still less closely. So, basically we find these two things, they are made up of small particles, the molecules. Molecules have intermolecular force of attraction which determines the intermolecular space.